Well, it's evening and it's chilly, but it's not as cold as yesterday. I still might need to put my hood up, but I'm stubbornly refusing to wear gloves. I just refuse. Anyway, it is so freaking cold here, and we got kittens everywhere. But it is so cold here right now, and we're expecting snow. It better not snow tonight. I am so done with winter. I know it's only November 3rd. I don't care. I'm done with winter. Those two are bonkers. So I've been asked a lot of questions about Tequila being in heat, and are we going to let her have puppies? Because here's the thing. I know everybody wants that. I have so many people who are now now I have a waiting list for puppies. I know it's a cute video, and I know people who are local to me or who would drive here to get the puppies are like, yeah, that would be perfect. We want puppies now. I know that for everybody, that's exciting. However, wherever they went, they're gone. They went, oh, she's in the bush. However, let me be very clear. I don't want Christmas puppies. In fact, they would be New Year's puppies. If she got pregnant right now, they'd be New Year's puppies. And I don't want to do New Year's puppies because it sounds fun, right? Wake up on New Year's to brand new puppies born, and they're so cute. But it's harder in the winter. So in the summer, when we had puppies, they were about 3 weeks old. They started going outside during the day with their mama. And we'd bring them inside at night. And by the time they were 4.5 weeks old, they were spending the nights outside. They were getting used to starting to be livestock guardian dogs and doing their dog thing that they're supposed to do. And for us, we don't want to not be able to do that. Tequila's going down this way. Let's go find out what they're doing, what she's doing. We'll just wander. Anyway, so we don't really want puppies in January. There goes Whiskey. We don't want puppies in January. So, because we do not want puppies in January, I absolutely do not, we are not letting her get pregnant right now. She's not outside by herself, unsupervised. We do not leave her alone inside with vodka. Whiskey's fine. Whiskey is neutered. So, I can hear someone whistling for their dog. Come on, let's go. Come on, Whiskey. Let's go. They get annoyed when someone's looking for their dog, but it's fine. Our animals aren't this far. It's fine. So we're just sending her back. That's what means. That's what that means. That means you're going that way whether you want to or not. That's go away. Go in that direction. So that's what I want them to do right now. Come on, let's go. That's what they know. When I point my arm in a direction, that's the direction they're going. So we don't want her tangling with anyone, not even vodka. Though, if I had to pick between vodka and the local coyotes, I would pick vodka. But I don't have to pick. Part of being a responsible dog owner, if you own unaltered dogs, so dogs that are not fixed, is making a decision about whether or not they're going to have puppies and when and the right timing. Making sure that you understand the consequences. Like, for us, the consequences would suck. We would be having to take little puppies outside in 40 below. Yes, January, February, 40 below here. I don't want to do that. Start getting them used to outside in 40 below. No, thank you. That's freaking cold. I don't want to do that. So we're not doing that. And the consequences to her, 2 litters in a year? I don't think so. So we're not willing to do that. So if you have unaltered dogs, you have to consider that. It's your responsibility for them to either get pregnant or not pregnant, or breed or not breed. If you have a male, he's not getting pregnant, obviously. But you have to make that decision And accidents are not okay. Like, you don't want an accident. Now, if an accident happened with her and Vodka, it would not be the end of the world because they would still be livestock guardian dogs. It would just suck for us. I mean, Tequila would do fine, but I don't want her to have 2 litters in a year. That's overkill. So, answering the natural next question, when will she have puppies? Well, that depends. So, she went into heat 7 months after she went into heat last time. She's still fairly young. She's 2.5. So she might go into heat 7 months from now, which would be May, which would be July puppies. Because they're pregnant for about 2 months. So if she went into heat in May, she would have July puppies. And they'd be ready to go home in September. But we are very specific on when we would want her to conceive. So February to June is okay. Because if she got pregnant in June, that's August puppies. That's not the biggest deal. I'd prefer not any later than May, to be honest. Now, the exception to my February to June or February to May, depending, the exception to that rule, so if she doesn't go into heat in that time frame, then we just skip that year. I don't care. I don't need puppies. They are useful dogs, and I definitely want to keep a couple for myself. But it's not like, oh my God, we have to breed these dogs. It's not that urgent. So if she skips having puppies because of when she goes into heat, that's just the way it is. And it's fine. So the other thing is, we might be okay doing a litter of puppies that are ready to go home at Christmas. Obviously not this year, because it's a little late for that. She would have had to get pregnant 4 months before Christmas, right? Because you would want them born at the end of October for that. And that means she would conceive in August. So that might work out really well, because that would be fun. You know, have 8-week-old puppies at Christmas. That would be so cute. But we don't necessarily want that. So that might be the exception to the rule. We haven't thought that far ahead yet. However, if for some reason she doesn't go into heat until July next year, she's just not having puppies next year, which is the question I've been getting a lot because she's in heat. She's going to go inside with Tristan now, get her back in the house. Tequila, go in the house with Tristan. Where's she going? Tequila found something to chase or chase off. It's the way she is. She's a good dog. She doesn't like things. She doesn't like things. There's a car coming. She doesn't like cars in her zone. So she has to go monitor the situation. Just in case, you don't know, the car might turn into our driveway and invade us. It's a big deal. It's not going to do that, but she feels the need to be out there on the lookout anyway. So that's what she's doing. Then she's going to go back in the house, and then Vodka's going to come outside. But anyway, that's the answer to that. No puppies this fall. No puppies this winter. I don't want to. And puppies next year are a maybe. You know, maybe. Maybe we'll do puppies next year. No promises. And I know people want to see the cute puppy videos like we had this past spring. But we are very specific on when we want her to have puppies. Somebody also asked, are we downsizing the birds for the winter? No. The birds we have now, and that's not all of them. There's birds over there. There's birds in the barn because it's getting dark. And there's birds over there. But we're not downsizing. The birds we have now, which is about, when it comes to chickens, I think we have about 70. That's how many we're going with. So there's 2 coops. There's the barn and then the coop. So we have 2 zones for chickens. And the thing is, that's not too many chickens. I was going to say, isn't that too many going into winter? No. So the size of our buildings, going into winter where it's going to be 40 below, I'm just switching hands because this hand is cold. I'm going to put it in my pocket because I'm refusing to put on gloves. But we don't heat our coops because we live in a really humid area. And in the winter, it's very dry because everything is frozen. But if you add heat to the coops or the barn, what happens is you get a lot of moisture, and moisture causes frostbite. We don't typically have frostbite in our coops, even in 40 below. You add heat, and magically you get frostbite. So we don't do heat. But that means you have to be really aware of how many animals are in each building. Because if you have a large building and not enough animals to fill it, they can freeze because there won't be enough body heat. So this front barn is fine because it's got Shadowfax and Arwens. It's got a horse and a goat, and it's got a whole bunch of birds. And the far coop has a whole bunch of birds. We don't want them all freezing to death. So we are not downsizing beyond what we currently have. So we have 6 ducks, we have turkey, we have a bunch of chickens, we have the quail, but the quail are fine. The quail, honestly, you could have a pair of quail in 40 below, and as long as they can get out of the wind, they're fine. Quail are darn hardy creatures. But everyone else, they go snuggle in the barn. They snuggle with the horse. In really nasty weather, all of them will go into the horse and goat. Otherwise, they split up into the 2 coops, and it's fine. We haven't lost anyone to the cold, so we are not downsizing them. And then there's are you downsizing the rabbits? No. We have 6 females, 5 males. Well, we have 9 females if you count my 3 in the house, and 7 boys if you count my 2 in the house. But out here, we have 6 girls, 5 boys. Silverado is by himself because he hates everybody. So he has to, unfortunately, be by himself, which means we'll stuff his house full of bedding. These 4 are fine. Those 6 are excellent. Everyone will be safe and warm. So that's the answer to, are we downsizing? Tequila's in the house. Vodka just came outside. Well, that's Vodka over there. He is doing his rounds. He spends most of the time outside right now, mostly because Tequila's in heat. He can come in if he wants, but we just have to be really cognizant of them together. So. Anyway, that's the answer to, are we downsizing? No. We have who we have, and that's who we have for a reason. It's so that nobody freezes. You don't want large spaces with a little amount of animals. So if you don't want very many animals through the winter, don't have a huge building, because it's important that you have the appropriate number of animals. Don't overstuff it, but don't understuff it either. So we want the right number. Anyway, it's getting colder, and I am going to go inside because it's cold. My hands are cold. I'm refusing to put gloves on. I can see my breath now. Fantastic. I don't want to put gloves on. Anyway, that's what's going on here, and I hope I answered those questions sufficiently. If I didn't, if you still have questions about those topics, feel free to drop them. I will be more than happy to address them again if I didn't answer them thoroughly enough. That was someone's complaint the other day. Said I didn't talk about it enough. I hope I did. We'll see you tomorrow.